Let's do this thing, huh?
Let's do it. I'm trying to tweet this real quick.
Yep, I'm going to get it out too.
Get this out. All right, cool. Now I'm ready. Dude, this is going to be a fun day. This is going to be a fun day. I'm excited. It's like it's just barely 6 a.m. here.
6 a.m.?
Yeah. It's 6:14. We've been up for quite a few hours. We got the Red Bull, the sunflower seeds, and
damn.
Yeah, we're set. And we are wearing black for the Partizan funeral today. They are going to murder a team, hopefully. But we got the jean jacket on because we needed a little bit of swag in here.
Yeah, I'm just got the fresh cut, ready for Europa, ready to roll.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I can't see any. I don't think we can see comments from Twitter.
I wonder if I can pull can you?
Yeah, let me.
I don't know how this works now.
Yeah, it's different. Definitely. I think people, if you guys have any questions for us or have any things you want us to answer, you're gonna have to go onto YouTube and comment there, because I'm pretty sure that's the only way we're gonna be able to actually talk to you guys with it here.
Did you?
There we go. Yep. There we go.
Did you see it?
So we got the comment. See how it has to be YouTube.
Okay. I just commented to you on Twitter. So I'll have it up on my phone too to see if.
Morning, Sean. How we doing, man? All right. So I'm curious because this is different. This is so different with the combo.
Yeah, I'll have it up on my phone. So if somebody comments on Twitter, it looks like on the app it's still through Periscope. So I don't know how this is working, but we'll figure it out as we go.
I know I need to wake up. I need to wake up a little bit.
Yeah, get going. Get you some Red Bull.
Yeah, I'm gonna have my pre-workout in about an hour here, but I have to at least get this done before we can go pop over to the gym here. But I mean, probably one of the biggest slates I've ever seen, to be honest. We've had the separate ones where we have conference on Thursday and Europa on Wednesday, but this one, everything's combined. It's a big slate, almost overwhelming. How did you take to it when you were looking into it and diving in?
Yeah, this was a massive slate. It's really a slate that you have to look at least a few days ahead, at least get familiar with the board and kind of think about it as time goes on. And obviously there are a lot of games that I had circled early in the week. So I kind of hit those sweet spots. I'm not taking a ton of games, but I'm playing quite a few of the same games in a couple different ways. So,
yeah, I think there's a lot more. I never am very 100% sure on the parlay pieces, but there's a few of them that just look like it's just a nice spot to be, giving nice odds on them. We have quite a few parlays in it today. But yeah, quite a few straights. And I'm really excited. I think today is going to be one of those days. As a capper, when you're finishing the month, you always want to finish on a high note going into the next one. Been having a pretty good month myself here. This month, September, has been treating me well. So I would love to go out on a high note here and roll into October with a bang. So ton of action today.
Yeah, I love it. And this is a great day to really just go off, just really hit 4 or 5 of these games right on the head, get in, get out. You have 32 to choose from. So there's no reason to take all those games. We kind of I know we both really just had a few teams marked down and we're really going to hit our spots here. So where are we getting started?
All right. Yeah, we're going to roll with you first since you have a few more than me. Per usual.
Oh boy.
We're going to roll with your first one here with Randers, both teams to score.
Yeah, really simple here. I have taken Randers, both teams to score in every single qualifying match they played in so far. It is undefeated. There's no reason they should not score on Cluj, who, in my opinion, is not really playing very good, and they're not playing good competition in Romania right now. I think they're definitely overvalued in this spot. I think Randers is in a very interesting position right now, and they have looked pretty good, to be honest. Very fun team to watch, play wide open. I'm expecting at least a 1-1 final, and this one's both teams to score -110.
Yeah, I was surprised to see this line at where it was. I love Randers. I think that they're a great team for goals for you. And I think that I've never really bet with or against Cluj, so it'll be interesting. Obviously, most of these I'll be able to tail on the books that I'm on, so I'm going to definitely that's always what I say is I'll always be tailing most of these plays from you. So,
when we do these streams, I take all the plays.
Yeah.
Mine and yours. So,
but yeah, I like that spot. I like it a lot. And yeah, quick, easy, and to the point. When you have a 32-game slate, we kind of have to do it that way.
Exactly. So we got a lot of games to go through too. There's a couple that I don't have action on that I want to talk about. Like this Red Star game is going to be very interesting.
All right, so let me pop on to mine here. My both teams to score. Going right to Galatasaray, both teams to score. Galatasaray is playing Marseille, and Marseille hit this in 7 of 9 in their home games. Galatasaray 6 for 8 in their away games here. I thought -115 really is just a weird number for this. Marseille obviously is favored in this one, going against any team with a Turkish defense. You're going to score. I mean, there's no way these guys are going to shut out Marseille at home. It's just going to come down to can Galatasaray score and can they find the net. As a team, they're averaging around 12 shots per game, and I actually kind of see them scoring one in the first half to kind of make Marseille push. I think that Galatasaray scored first goal in 7 of their last 10, and that's kind of what I'm seeing here is a quick push right away. I don't know if I think we've had a Galatasaray both teams to score when they played Randers in the Europa. Yeah. I don't know if it was Conference or Europa League one, but they scored within like the first 10 minutes and then just didn't score again. But Randers scored to get the both teams to score, and that's all you got to get. I could care less if it goes over the total. I just want to see a nice 1-1 game or 2-1 game, and I think Marseille does take care of business against this Turkish defense. But I do like this spot a lot. Like I said, I think Galatasaray scores early to open it up, and then we see Marseille take over.
And same reasoning, identical to my Randers play. I mean, they just played each other. It hit in both legs, but it was hitting at a very, very high rate before that, and has been in league play this season too. So solid looks there.
All right, let's get to there's a big one for you. Big one there.
All right, 2-unit parlay, Rennes over 2, Maccabi Haifa game over 2. This is just really simple. I think both of these games go over 2.5. But I think it's worth 2 units, buying these down to 2 and just playing it straight up. So it's basically 2 units to win 1 unit if you win one and push one. I just don't see either of these losing. There's 32 games today. I really narrowed down these over spots. I'm not really swinging for a lot of overs today. So I think this is a really good and a safe parlay.
Yeah, I remember in our last show you were talking about Maccabi Haifa, and I think you hit those overs at crazy rates in that league for sure.
And playing a German side, Union Berlin at home should score at least twice by themselves. I think Haifa probably scores 2. They may net twice as well. I think this could be a really high scoring game.
Yeah, I like it. I always like doing the buy downs too. I think that's the best way to get the value out of them, especially if something goes like a red card or something. Then you'll still be able to get the other side to make up for it.
Exactly.
So I am going over to, I think my biggest play of the day. It's going to be one exactly like that where we do the buy down. This is a 1.5 for me. That's pretty big. Usually you don't see many 2 units pop up for me, but this is now a 1.5 here. I'm going with Sparta Praha under 3.5. Make sure you are looking at Sparta and not I think it's
Slavia
or Slavia. They're playing today too, so make sure you lock in Sparta Praha at the under 3.5, and Eindhoven over 2, getting at 125. I grabbed this last night. So we're seeing Sturm Graz, one of my favorite teams for goals, facing Eindhoven today. 5 of their last 6 home fixtures have resulted in at least 3 goals. 4 of the last 6 for Eindhoven have gone over this, and the only 2 losses have been pushes. So I don't really count them as loss, but they didn't obviously hit for us. PSV has conceded in 70% of their away matches. And both teams go up and down at a pretty high rate. Both teams have over 6.5 shots in 70% of their matches. And I think that we're going to see a lot of shots on goal. I think we're going to see a lot of action in this game. It's going to be a fun game to watch. I always refer to it as a soccer casual. If you're a soccer casual, this is going to be a fun game to watch, right? You want to see goals. You don't want to see the 1-0s. You want to see two teams going up and down the pitch, going at it. And I think this is going to be that type of game today. On the flip side, for the under in Sparta, they're playing the Rangers. Rangers on the road. Again, Scotland teams are kind of that way. Road home splits are crazy. Rangers on the road only have a 0.56 expected goals against and a only 1.994 for them expected. And that's against Scotland teams. As you can tell, I love Celtic. They're playing today. I love them. You guys know I know that league pretty well. I bet on it more than anyone should, betting in the Scotland League. But I kind of get to know these teams pretty well. And then on the Praha side, at home, they only allow 0.25 goals per game. That's absolutely insane. And only 0.67 expected. So still, it's not like they're getting super lucky or anything. They're just going to be a very sound defensive side. And I think the winner of this game is going to either be a 1-0 or maybe even just a 1-1 draw. So I would definitely buy up. I even like the under 2.5. But when I have a side like Eindhoven that I'm pretty confident is going to get to that number, let me buy it up, add a little bit extra to the money here, and throw it into a little bit of a bigger play. And I think that this is going to be a really nice spot, and I think it's going to be a spot that hopefully will be that sweat-free under that we all know and love.
Yeah, I really like this. In fact, I like this so much. I have 2 plays on that PSV game, actually.
Hell yeah.
I am taking a plus money play. You hit this game right on the head. I'm taking the first half over 1.25 plus 110. The splits on this are absolutely insane. And just like you said, I completely agree. I think this is going to be a very, very fast-paced game. I think there are going to be a lot of goals, and I think we're going to see a lot of goals quick. PSV first half overs in this tournament, including the qualifying rounds, the numbers on this are ridiculous. It hit in almost every single game. Benfica being the exception, who also pitched a shutout today. Shout out to them. Impressive win for them. But yeah, this is pretty straightforward. You hit it right on the head. But this isn't going to be on the board, but I am throwing a half unit on first half, both teams to score plus 300. It usually wasn't PSV just scoring in the first half. The other teams have been scoring a lot as well. Not a lot, I should say, but for plus 300, this is absolutely worth half a unit to me. So yeah, risking 1.5 units on this game to win a total of 2.66, I believe.
Nice.
Yeah. So we'll see. There's a lot of value on this game. I like how PPS is playing this. But yeah, I'm with him. I don't think you even need to buy down for this one.
Yeah. No, I always just like it when I'm kind of on the edge like that Praha game. I mean, the Rangers, I've been seeing a lot of more red cards in their matches. So I'm just going to play on that one just because I'm always skeptical with Rangers because they always scare me. As you can see when they won, theirs was the 1-0 that they scored in like the 80th minute on a red minus like 1,000. Yeah, that was them. So
yeah.
All right, we're going to go right to your 2U parlay here in this going with your boy as a party, and then we'll check in on the questions and comments over there. So pop this one up first, and then we're ready to roll here.
So Partizan is very interesting today. I have a few plays on him. I have 2 parlays with him in it, and I also am taking them in a different way I'll get to at some point. But I think Flora is very undervalued in this game. I think they're very undervalued. I think Partizan is way overpriced. Absolutely, I think they win this game. I think they probably score 3 to 5 goals, to be quite honest with you. I think Flora, the kicker is, I think Flora can score in this game. the only partisan bets I've lost this season has been betting on the other team to score. But I think it's worth risking half a unit on Flora to score. I am playing Partizan winning both teams to score for half a unit plus 230. I think that's great value. But for this parlay specifically, Glimt money line, they should absolutely roll today. And Partizan team total over 1.5. I think Partizan is not going to have any issues winning this game. But I think Flora being able to score is really going to push them to score a lot more. Should be a really open game for Partizan, which we don't see very often.
Yeah, it was going to be my first comment was, when is the last time you really seen an open match for Partizan? They usually have that initial punch right away, or they get it late in the first half and then they lock it down. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of teams here. If you don't bet soccer a lot and you don't know these names, they can creep up on you and really fuck you, like really, really bad. Like there's
there's a list of like 32 teams I track. Like every single time they play, like I know what the score is, even if it's just the first round of some, random cup game or something. And Flora is a team I have been watching for a very long time and are definitely teams that I bet on them 3 or 4 times in this tournament. They've covered in every single match. I think I hit 2 live, like to qualify bets when they were down to ammonia, I believe. This team can score. They play super open. And if Partizan does play tight and Flora can't get this game open, Partizan is going to win this game like 5-0. So either way, they're going to get smashed. But they can score. They're going to keep this open. It'll be fun to watch.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I think that this Partizan game is going to be a fun one to bet on for sure. And obviously, knowing how much you love them, it's always fun to jump on those guys too.
Yeah, and the total's at 3 today, and we haven't seen that really in a long time. It's always at 2.5 because that's what their team total's at.
Yeah,
it's always what it is. Or it's at 2 if they're playing Red Star.
All right, well, let's pop over. I have a few comments here to read. YouTube is better. You can minimize and look around. You can't leave Twitter. Yeah, I agree. I think YouTube is the best. Whenever Ice has a live or anybody else has a live, I usually just do it on YouTube. Twitter just kind of been weird lately for me. Both teams to score plus 100 now on DK. Let's go. I'm pretty sure this was posted after the Galatasaray one. But if you get either one of those, both teams to score that we both are playing at plus 100, I definitely jump on that. I think that's a great spot.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I like it.
And then goal in both halves. I believe this was PSV we were talking about.
I actually think this was for the Galatasaray game. And he has a good point. He has a good point because Galatasaray, both teams to score, have been hitting at a very high rate as well in the first half. I don't have the splits in front of me, but I do remember that. Cluj and Randers. Randers is another one. I like both teams to score for Galatasaray and Randers. Like I said, they've been hitting, but they've been hitting a lot in the first half. And so, yeah.
So Cluj and Randers is your one that he said you can get at plus 100 on DK right now. Yeah, no, I was gonna say this one would be for PSV. Yep, for the score in both halves.
Yeah, okay,
that's nice.
I like that. I wonder what the odds for that are. That's a good play.
Yeah, parlay piece though, like maybe roll Partizan money line, and maybe if that gives you like a minus 200, minus 250, it's a nice little spot to get that value there for you.
Yeah,
to play a play like that. All right, that's all I have now. Like I said, if you're over on YouTube, drop that stuff in there. I'll get to it. We'll get to it probably hoping after we go through a few more of our plays here, because it's a pretty big card. So, so we're up to one of mine here. I believe Ice has a play in this game as well, but I'm going to be on the full game side. Roma over 2.75. I have it at minus 120. Roma, average scores versus Roma on the road, 4.2 goals in their games on the road, 2.4 goals for and 1.8 against. In the last 5 games for Zorya, this is hitting 3 of 5, and they have scored in every home match. And I think that's one of the biggest things here. If they are able to score here, this is going to hit no problem. Roma's team total over 1.5 when I checked was like minus 200 or so, right? Minus 190 in that range, correct? At least last night when I checked. And
that's what I checked too.
Yeah, and I think that's honestly, I think there's value on that. I think that there's value on getting that at minus 190. I think Roma easily scores twice here. They're obviously the better team. On the road, they're still at a 1.79 goals expected on the road, which is very nice, very high for a team going on the road, especially in a league like Serie A there. Over 2.5 hits in 90% of Roma's matches and 70% of Zorya's total. So I think we see goals, and I think we see them often. But this is the biggest thing. If you don't take away anything that I talk about this match about, this is going to be, if this is not hit by like about the 60th or 70th minute, you need to live bet this game. You need to live bet this over. I looked at the numbers here for late goals because I always like to see that if I'm going to bet a team, especially on a 2.75, where it's kind of at that middle thing, if it's at 2 and I can get obviously 2.5 at a decent price, looking at Roma's and Zorya's, 44% of Zorya's goals come in the last 15 minutes of the match, and 32% of Roma's come in the last 15 minutes of the match. That is absolutely absurd. I usually would take this as a second half over bet, but I think Vegas knows that too because I was looking at it. It was like minus 135, minus 140 for over 1.5. So I don't like that juice. But if it is at 2 goals in like the 60th or 65th minute, I will be hammering this over. I love to see it when both teams match like that because then at the end, it's just going to be it's time to go. You got to know it's time. We're going to go put a goal in. And that's absurd. 200% would be obviously both teams at 100. Getting 70% of those goals out of 200 in that, it'll be a fun live spot for me if I can get there. But just one of those lines that just was like, holy shit, you do not see this very often.
Yeah, no, and those numbers on the second half that you're talking about are absolutely insane, and I know they are for both of these teams. Yeah, I really like this play. I'm definitely going to be taking this live for sure, without a doubt, if what you're saying is the case in the 60th, 70th minute.
Yeah, that should be fun. I'm probably going to put a little bit more than I should when I'm ready. Going to be double dipping here.
Oh,
but
yeah.
We'll go with it. So we have your biggest play up next. You want to save that till the end?
Yeah, let's save it to the end.
Okay, we'll make the people wait.
So, yeah, let's do this parlay while we're talking about Roma. So, I think Roma should score at least 3 goals in this game. That they should. That's what should happen in this game. But I am buying their team total down to over 1.5, which is just a bread and butter play. Every time they play, I try to parlay. If I can't take it straight up, Roma's team total over 1.5. It's just bread and butter. Really great play for Roma. And the boys from Switzerland, Basel, who have been pretty hot, they have looked very good, except in one game. They play Kairat Almaty tomorrow. I think they roll. I really like this spot for Basel, especially being at home. They should pick up 3 points here. So, yeah, 2-unit parlay, just like my first one. I think this is good. Great value, plus 120. So, yeah, that's it for this parlay.
Yeah, like I said, it was kind of funny because I completely forgot you had the team total for Roma. I knew you had a play in it, but I'm like, yeah, that's going to hit, like that's going to hit when I'm talking about the full game one. Like that's going to smash.
Yeah.
Roma's much better side. Yes, they're on the road, and I think that's the only reason you're getting it at 190, which is still great value. I think that's got a lot of meat left on the bone there, that it should be around that 250, maybe 260 range for this team total, because I think that might be a spot where you score both halves, I mean, they could get one early, and then obviously they score a lot late. And Basel, I love Basel. Actually, with you doing Basel, I'm just going to go into my Basel play because I have one as well. Like I said,
these transitions are sweet.
Yeah, we don't talk prior to about like 11 o'clock the night before. Hey, you want to do a stream? Yeah, let's do it. And then so like I don't know your plays until probably like 7 this morning. And I'm like,
I haven't even seen his plays. I have not even seen his plays today.
So I'm on the over.
I sent him mine. He was like, okay, we're kind of on the same stuff. And yeah, dude, these transitions are perfect.
Yeah, dude, it's wild. All right, so obviously I love Basel. I love going into goals for Basel. Obviously, Ice is on Basel money line. I think I think that they could easily, obviously, they could let one in. And if they let one in, this is going to smash. If not, Basel probably covers this themselves. I think they probably are getting to that 2 or 3 mark on their own. That's why I do have this as a 1.5 unit play, because we have a lot of paths to victory on this one. Basel at home averaged 2.3 goals per match. Last 5 home matches for them, this is full cash in 4 of 5, which is unbelievable. And the only loss that it did have was against the Young Boys, which was the weirdest game ever, man. That was just a weird game. Basel Young Boys. It's like when you're watching MMA and you have 2 heavyweights that know how strong the other guy is, and they're just like playing with each other. It ended up being a 1-1 game, but you could just tell that one team didn't want to go too far because they knew a counter was coming right back. So that was a 1-1 game. That was the only one that didn't hit in their last 5 home matches. How do you say this? This is like one of your teams, right? How do you say? You've said this team name before, right? Kairat?
Kairat. I call him Kairat Almaty. I don't know.
Okay,
that's actually
right, we'll go with that.
Kairat
Almaty. So Kairat on the road, they're averaging 2.2 goals, and they're one of the highest goal scoring efficiency teams that I've seen. They're at a 16% conversion rate from their shots to scoring, which is very, very high. You usually don't see them that high. Usually when obviously this is off of Footy Stats, probably one of the best places to go check out these numbers that I'm getting for you guys. Usually I see it around like 10, 11%. 16 is very, very good. So that means we don't really need a ton of opportunities for them to actually net one, right? They're able to usually make the most of their shots. They're still averaging around 14 shots per game. And this hit in 4 of the last 5 road fixtures for Kairat. I think that we do see an early 2 goals here. I think that that's going to be that first 2. Basel punches them in the mouth, and hopefully we see Kairat punch back. Basel ends up scoring 2 in the second half. We see a nice 3-1 match. Basel comes through with a very comfortable victory. I just think that they're the better side. And at home, just a lot of things going for Basel in this matchup, and I like that you're on the money line too.
Yeah, I like this a lot. And I guess I will mention that this group is actually kind of crazy because both matches in round 1 ended 0-0. Both matches in this group stage, which is crazy. But Basel was on the road, and Kairat was at home in Kazakhstan, where they don't allow very many goals at all. I think flipping the script here, playing in Switzerland, this game should be wide open. So that does not concern me at all.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny because the way you say that, because that's the way I think of Celtic, right? If they're on the road, I never take them. Versus when they're at home, obviously, time to ride on those guys for sure.
Yeah.
Let's get to this one here. Nice 2-unit play.
Yeah, just really straightforward here. This is finally we're finally in Europa League now for my picks, I suppose. So Ferencvaros versus Betis. Both teams score over 2.5, plus 115, plus money shot on this play. Very surprised to see, to be honest, because Ferencvaros to score specifically in the first half is just hitting at such an insane rate. Betis definitely the better side here. They should definitely score at least twice. But I'm definitely expecting Ferencvaros to score in this one. For plus 115, I am stacking my units and playing a little higher than I normally do, but I'm also playing this for 2 units. I think this is a fantastic straight-up play right here.
Yeah, I remember Betis or Real Betis' last game. Everybody was freaking out there 2-0 against Celtic. And I'm like, guys, I was on Real Betis. I was on the over.
People were saying, I should have bet on
I'm like, dude, chill. I'm like, literally watch. They are not. I live bet that. I live bet Real plus 2.5, plus 1.5, money line, and plus half a goal. I was getting plus 300, plus 400, and I was throwing hammers on it because I know this team way too well. They're on the road, and Batiste literally just comes out and bum rushes them and puts like 4 on them. I'm like, I mean, what more do you need to see, guys? Celtic on the road. They got PK too. It was a PK.
That was probably one of the best hits. That was the last show we did was for Europa actually, and that was probably the best hit of the day, honestly.
Yeah, Batiste to win. And over 1.5, and I'm like, over 1.5, I'm not worried about. And then I see, oh man, they're down 2-0, and it's like 4-5-2, whatever it was. That was hilarious. All right, because always, I mean, hindsight's always 2020, right? I should bet this all the time, you know. All right, so the PSV to score in both halves minus 175. Wow,
Ooh,
nice value. That is a very nice parlay piece. Ice, do you have any concerns with Roma here sitting starters? I just think they're better. I don't even think it matters. They can probably bring their U20s and probably be competing with these guys.
They definitely are not playing to tie or lose this game at all. Yes, you did just watch the Las Vegas Sunrise live. Yes, you did. Yeah, and we started this. I've been up just chugging Red Bull for like 3 hours. So
we need to get us sponsored by Red Bull by the time we're done.
We need to get a sponsor in here, and I also need to get my furniture in here too. So
I know we just moved in, and I have all my flags. I'm ready to put in the back. My girlfriend just got me one of these light things so you guys can actually see my face. Usually it's way darker in here, but they finally got that for my birthday. So it was a good present. I'm like, that's actually something I'll use instead of half the shit that I get for my birthday is just like crap, you know?
Yeah, man, that's a keeper.
Thank you. We appreciate the kind words, guys. Appreciate it. All right.
That's a funny comment.
Damn, we're rolling through this thing. Okay.
Let's keep it moving.
Right. My next one, honestly, I might add to this. So VIP is going to get the pick'em Sofia first half. I have a pick'em on them plus I think it was minus 105, which is stupid. Absolutely stupid. You guys know how much I hate Bodo. But I love him at home. I love Bodo at home. But I mean, just listen to these numbers. It's absolutely nuts. Bodo on the road. That's all I need to say. That was my first sentence in here. Bodo on road, period. They suck. They're absolutely terrible. But when they're at home, they're fantastic. Only 10% of Bodo's goals come in the first half. That's huge, right? That's going to be big for this because if you're going to see a side go at it and go and score multiple goals, it's probably going to be Bodo's side here. Sofia's about 55%, so still good. That's why I said I'm on their pick'em separately. That's a VIP play, but obviously I just said it now, so you guys can have it too. But Bodo keeps a clean sheet in the first half in 70% of their matches on the road because they're sitting back. They know they're just – I don't know what it is, if it's like a mental thing with them. They just don't go up and down the way they do at home. But, yeah, and then Sofia at home is at a 50% clean sheet first half. So good numbers there overall on the first half clean sheets because I think that absolutely at worst it's a 1-0 first half. 8 of the last 9 Bodo road matches have hit this, and 4 out of 6 of the last 6 for Sofia have hit this. And the biggest thing too is when you're going up against better competition. So this is actually hitting 2 of 3 of Sofia's home matches in these qualifying competitions. So obviously they're not playing in the greatest domestic league. So I definitely had to check how they did in these bigger matches. So hitting a 2 of 3 is still nice. And the other one, it was a 1-1 there. And I don't see Bodo scoring in the first half. I think they wait. And like I said, only 10% of their total team goals come in the first half, which is absolutely absurd.
So this is like the one play we actually discussed before the show.
Yeah.
Or 2 plays. And I love this. I absolutely love this play. Bulgaria is a very tough league for me to really gauge to compare it to other competition because they either come out super slow or they come out red hot. But the good thing is that means they don't usually concede very early in the game. So I think Sofia first half pick them. Great play. I don't think they get 2 goals in this first half either. So I do like that.
Yeah, ideally 1-0, get the half cash, full cash, beautiful.
Yeah, and
if it's 0, I get the push.
So real quick, game I don't have action on is the Red Star versus Ludogorets game. Going back to Bulgaria, Ludogorets. I think they might be undervalued, honestly. And Red Star today, I'm considering adding a play fading them. They're missing almost their entire back line. They're missing Katai, and they're missing their starting goalie. They definitely have firepower still, but I'm very concerned about that back line. And the goalie situation, I'm sure the backup's fine, but I have no idea. But that's the spot that I need to take some more time and look into. But somebody sent me a message this morning, and I didn't even realize they were missing all those guys. So I may add a play fading them. So I'm thinking about it. Be careful if you are putting Red Star
in parlays or anything.
Yeah, or playing them in any way.
No, I'm not a creeper, I promise. This at least makes it a little bit better that you can see me, because I know when I didn't have this light that I had there, dude, it was dark. I was looking at myself on YouTube videos. I'm like, you could only see half my face. The other half is so dark. All right, let's get to – we did that one. We got a nice one that I don't think we've seen one of these from you in a while.
Yes. Okay. So I took it. I never take anytime score bets. I never do. If I ever do, it's only for like Sofia. And actually, I gave out 2 for the Partizan game on the last
you gave
show.
me one. You gave me a plus 150.
By the way, I hit it. So Gomez scored.
Yes.
That was awesome. I might take Markovic today. It's his day's coming. Like, he's so due for a goal. Anyways, I also hit Zimmerman plus 800. I took 2 random ones. I haven't taken any since I hit the Partizan one, and I hit Zimmerman plus 800. So I'm trying to keep the streak alive, and I'm taking Osimhen from Napoli, anytime score, minus 110. Dude is complete stud. Definitely their best offensive weapon. Minus 110, I think it's worth a unit, because I think Napoli minus 500 or minus 600, whatever they are going to absolutely roll today. They have been on a tear. And
they looked really good in their last match. I remember seeing their last match. I'm like, wow, it was 4-0. And they just, even with subs, it was just crisp, clean. Everything runs were fantastic. It was really nice. Good shots too.
Yeah. So my thing with Napoli is last season, they're very similar to Atalanta in the fact that it takes them a few games to click. And when they click, they play really good for a long period of time. And then they'll kind of fall off a little bit and then heat back up. And that's how these teams play, especially these Italian teams. Lazio is another prime example of that.
Mm-hmm.
When they're hot, they're very hot. But Napoli is a team that I tried to fade 2 weeks ago. I think they were playing Udinese, and they absolutely smashed them. And so I'm done fading them, and I'm taking Osimhen to score. So that's it. But let's keep rolling here. You can get into that. I do have one more Napoli play too. It's a parlay.
Yep, it's the big boy coming here. So we both have one play left after this one.
Yeah. So I may actually make this 3 units. I may add a unit to this. We will see. But Partizan, I already went over it. And this is my last Partizan play, so I'll add one more thing. -1 in the first half, plus 120. I'm going to add that most likely. The next hour or 2, I may add that. Just because I think they should absolutely dominate this game. They should score at least 3 goals in this game. And I definitely liked them in the first half, but I don't think -175 is worth the juice. But -1 at plus money is very, very tempting. And seems like a very safe spot. So I like that. Napoli, just went over them. And West Ham. West Ham is a team that should absolutely roll today. But I mean, they're a team that has kind of worried me, not seeing them in a lot of outside England competition. But they're coming off an extra day of rest, and they have looked very, very good so far to start the season and in their first game. So, yeah, West Ham.
Yeah, I was looking very hard. I honestly might take it. The game first half, or the game team total, I think it was 2.5. And I just think that's a smash spot there for a parlay piece. I'm going to roll with my last one here, and I'm rolling because we're, again, just transitioning very well in this one.
Yeah.
I'm rolling with Partizan first half.
Yes, let's do it. I know.
It's weird, man. It's crazy. Yeah, so I'm on the AZ Alkmaar first half game over half a goal as a parlay piece, along with Partizan first half money line, giving me great value at plus 110. Partizan at home, they've won 6 of their last 7 first halves. I really don't expect much different in the first half here. I think they're going to overwhelm them early. And if we do see a goal, I don't see it being early on against this team at all. AZ Alkmaar has had a first half goal in 10 straight home games. And Jablonec, I think is how we say it, has had a first half goal in 8 of their last 9 road matches. So, I mean, there's not much more you have to say. Obviously, it's pretty decent juice. I think it's like -2 or 300 with Partizan first half money line being around that -170, getting me to a nice plus money play here. I think it's definitely a smash spot. I don't really understand how Partizan money line is -170. I think it should be closer to that 200 range. And that -1 at plus 120 is a beautiful look to get that plus money stuff, because that's what we want, right? We want value. That's why we're here. I mean, you can always go around and just start betting massive favorites, and doing all that. But we're trying to make it a way that we're not making you spend extra money on the juice. I think, over half of our plays here have been plus money plays, because that's kind of how we like to do it for you guys, is to make sure that you guys get the most out of the plays that we have here. And we got one left.
One left.
We got a banger.
And then after this, we should make. I want to make a parlay. Think about your best plus money swing that you were going to take.
So we're looking to make a plus money parlay.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to use Partizan win and both teams to score plus 250.
Oh God! So I gotta dig. I'm all right. Let's think.
All right, so this is my game of the day, my favorite game, and I am playing this at an Asian total instead of over 3 or eating juice on over 2.5. This is a game I don't think either of these teams are going to be able to keep a clean sheet. I see a lot of sharp guys actually on the Leverkusen team total over 1.5, which makes me feel very good about this play, because I don't think Celtic can get shut out at home. Leverkusen has proven time and time again that they are not very reliant to keep a clean sheet. In fact, they actually did win their last game 1-0 this weekend, actually, and they played against Mainz, who has not really done very much offensively this season anyways. But that was also at home. On the road, completely different story as well. And Celtic, this is your team that you know best, and you, out of everybody, should know that it is pretty consistent that they score at home. Now, the thing about
they ain't getting shut out today,
and this is the other play we talked about before the show. The thing is that Celtic does not allow very many goals at home. However, that is only in league play when they're beating teams like 3-0, 4-0, 6-0. But against outside competition, this is an absolute smash spot for me. I think Leverkusen should even cover this themselves. I think Celtic can score once, probably twice in this game. We'll see how the pace of this goes, but I think this should be very high pace from the get-go. Both teams like to attack early and often. So I'm expecting at least one in the first half, if not 2. And maybe we can actually get a first half cash in this one.
Yeah, this is a goal spot. Like I said, I think I mentioned it a little bit in one of my random rants that I have here once in a while. Is Celtic at home, man? It's like Bodo at home. But the thing is Celtic isn't illiterate on the road. Celtic's good enough team to win on the road. Celtic at home is freaking nuts. I know the last time I bet them, most of both teams to score no over 2.5 at plus 240 or something. That's smash. These guys are fucking good at home. I do not see them getting shut out here. I'd love to see what the both teams' score line is on this.
I bet it's.
I'm going to look at that for maybe my parlay piece.
Minus 140.
Oh, no, it's minus 160 on my book.
What's both teams to score over 2.5? I think it's plus 110 or minus 110 maybe.
I'm going to check.
But this is also hit in the first half in 3 out of Leverkusen's last 4 games, which is kind of a crazy hot stat for this. But I really like this. And while he looks up his last parlay piece, there's one more game I want to talk about. I am throwing half a unit on one more game. Let me make sure I didn't miss any. Oh, no, I did miss a couple. Napoli. I'm playing Napoli at half a unit to win 1-0, 2-0, or 2-1, plus 200. I'm playing Sociedad versus Monaco draw, plus 250 for half a unit. And I'm playing Sturm Graz. I already went over this one. PSV first half, both teams to score plus 300 at half a unit. And the last play of the day, the Red Imps. The Red Imps, we talked about them last stream for so long. And like we got so confident, like we took them draw no bet plus 1,000. And they got
dude. I wanted that did so bad.
They got smashed. They have scored in every game. Like it's incredible. They'll have like 2 shots and their expected goals are like 1.25. It's actually incredible. But they got it shut out last game. They are coming for blood today. They're not going to get shut out 2 games in a row. But I'm not going to eat my words this time, so I'm only playing for half a unit. But I am taking the Red Imps to score at least 1 goal. Team total over 0.5, plus 200. Half a unit to win 1 unit. The Red Imps owe me some money today, so hopefully they pay it back. And I'm actually disappointed. The only play I asked if we had that was the same. I asked if he took Red Imps, and he said no. And heartbroken.
I'm on the Copenhagen side of that game, dude. That's my cash cow too. Those guys are my money makers.
But their defense is not that great.
No. I'm not taking money line. I'm taking I'm taking their first half team total and first half money line in a parlay.
Yeah, dude, they're super juiced. I'm pretty sure too.
Well, I had first half team total over 1.5 at plus 125.
No, I think their money line is juiced.
Yeah, first half money line is a parlay piece at like minus 290 or something.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, so I'm looking. I think I found a spot I like here.
Okay.
Okay, let's get your opinion. I'm going to make 2 of them that I think I like here. Leverkusen to win and over 2.5 plus 160. That's a banger. Or Ghent team total over 2.5 plus 135.
I kind of like that Houston play, honestly. But I'm already on the over. But if you're gonna fade Celtic, I'm all for it.
Yeah, that's
dude,
tough.
You know that's your team, and you know what that parlay would pay?
What?
Plus 940.
Well, I'm gonna send you some money and put some money on it for me,
dude. I'm about to throw down on this parlay.
Yeah, let me send you like $50 or something.
All right,
that's gonna be a fat payout. So
all right, we're gonna do this to win 1,000.
Yeah, dude, do it. Let's actually do this thing. I think it'd be fun.
I'm gonna throw. All right, I'm putting 115. Let's see what this does. All right, put 115 on it to win $1,080.42.
All right, I'll send you like
Partizan to win, and both teams to score yes. Leverkusen to win, and both teams to score yes. I'll post the bet slip.
So yeah, and then I'll send you money so I can have a little bit of stake in this thing too.
Yeah, this is going to be fun. This will be fun.
Yeah, I'll send that to you.
It's going to be nuts. We're going to have a lot of money this weekend.
What'd you say?
Is there UFC this weekend?
Oh hell yeah, there's UFC this weekend. It's a lower end card, dude. I destroyed the card last week, dude. I destroyed that card. I was a minute away from hitting a plus 2,000 third round knockout, and he couldn't do it for me. But I ended up hitting a slip about this long worth of freaking and on parlay, dude. It was nuts, dude. I think it went up like 13 units on that card.
That is nuts.
On a small unit,
UFC, but I wasn't at the books, so I couldn't get it in time. But yeah, so good show. 49 minutes. Wow, that went by quick.
Yeah, went really fast. Yeah, if you guys have questions on YouTube, just shoot them over. Yeah, do it fast. While we run through our plays here, we'll run through them. If you have questions or anything, I would ask them pretty quickly because we're gonna get through this quick, so we just can get to the questions here. First one be for Ice here. Randers. I'm gonna run through all yours first here.
Okay, go for it. Randers Cluj, both teams to score. Parlay, Rennes over 2, Haifa over 2. Partizan team total over 1.5, parlayed with Ghent money line minus 120. Roma team total over 1.5, parlayed with Basel money line plus 120, also for 2 units. Ferencvaros Varos versus Betis, both teams score over 2.5 plus 115. Oshimin anytime scorer for Napoli minus 110. Partizan, West Ham, Napoli, just straight up money lines, parlay minus 130. Stormgrass, PSV, first half over 1.25 plus 110.
And then the banger.
the banger, the 4 units. Celtic versus Leverkusen over 2.75 minus 128.
Hell yeah. So, yeah, mine's going to be a little less of a list here. I got Galatasaray, both teams to score, 1.25. Biggest play is going to be the Sparta Praha under 3.5 with Eindhoven over 2. Roma over 2.75 there. Bodo's first half under 1.25. Parlay at plus 110. Alkmaar match over half a goal first half. And Partizan first half money line. And then my other big one is going to be Basel over 2.75 at minus 120. So really don't see anything else in here besides Hungary, Bulgaria, tough places to score goals on the road. Yep, I think Bodo's going to have a very tough time. Honestly, don't mind their first half team total under half a goal. Sitting at minus 135 at most books I can see there. Oh, this is a good one for you. It looks like we have a question here. No plays in Antwerp. I saw that Frankfurt game, and that line is moving to the over pretty heavily. I was looking into Frankfurt team total over 1.5. That got juiced down to minus 140 now. So I think that's just a little bit too much for me to pay. I don't know how do you feel on that game?
I don't trust these Belgian teams right now. I just don't. I don't know what to think of them. I can't really figure a lot of them out because they're putting up such high shot volume, but most of these teams can't produce goals out of it. I don't know how I feel about Antwerp is really my thing here. I don't really have a good grasp on them, so that's why I definitely don't have action in there. I'm not touching any French teams. I'm not touching any Belgian teams for the same exact reasons. I don't know what to think of the leagues right now. I can't figure out how good a lot of the teams they're playing are and what's up with all the number of shots in Belgium and the lack of goals. And like seeing shot charts in Belgium is absolutely crazy because a lot of the teams are shooting inside the box and still not scoring. And these goalies are not superheroes. So I don't understand. So I'm going to let that play out. Corners in Antwerp. Yeah, that is one thing I say. If a Belgian team corners, yeah, I love it. That I'm not going to take that, but that's the way to play that game, in my opinion.
Yeah, I like the only time I really bet Belgium is when they're in like their cups. Like when they do like the cups or stuff like for the country, dude, I would just bet the overs in every single one of those and they'd score because it's like you're seeing Antwerp play a Division II team, and they're just blowing them out and you just see goals everywhere. But yeah. In the big league, it's been weird. I haven't played any this year.
Oh, and actually somebody said corners in Antwerp. Antwerp played in Greece at Olympiacos last game, and I actually took Olympiacos corners for that game, and it did hit.
It did?
It did, and they did play Antwerp. I totally forgot that's who they played. But, yeah, so I actually did take my only corner bet last game. Just so happened to be fading Antwerp, and it hit. But another reason I'm not playing Antwerp is because I don't know how good Perez is right now. They did score in Greece, which is impressive, but definitely not the same Olympiacos team from the last couple of years for sure.
Yeah, no, I like Olympiacos is back. They finish. They don't allow many goals in there, especially in Greece. I mean, there's a fucking powerhouse in that league.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
all right, I think that's everything.
That's it, boys. Let's see. Hopefully, we'll be doing a celebration stream in a couple hours.
Yeah, hopefully we'll pop back on. Let's go for a nice little aim of maybe a 10-unit day for us.
Yeah.
And then hopefully we hit that big ass parlay. I'm gonna send you some. I'll send you some cash so we can ride it together for sure.
Yeah. This is a good play, and I'll post that on Twitter because we didn't have a banner for it. So don't worry.
Yes, sounds good, guys. Thank you guys so much for staying on here. I know it's a little weird with the no comments from Twitter, but yeah, it looks like we've had quite a few from YouTube. Happy that you guys are popping over there as well. What were Ice's last few plays weren't in the banner? All of our plays are on the bottom. What he's talking about is like the random parlay we just threw together at plus 900. He'll post that on his Twitter
Yeah.
Because we just wanted to be degenerates and cash a big ticket.
Yeah, it was plus 948. Partizan winning both teams to score. Leverkusen to win in both teams to score.
Yeah. Well, if this hits, I think I might have to take the money you send me from this, and I'm flying out there.
Yeah, dude, let's do it. Let's do it for UFC this weekend. Let's get tickets to the fight and let's go.
Man, I can't this weekend. I can come out soon. But
all right. Well,
this weekend I got a wedding this weekend.
Let's figure out a date then.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
All right.
Big day. Let's fucking go. Hell yeah. Let's do this thing, baby. Let's have a day. Thank you guys for staying in with us. Ice, you got closing stuff?
I had an OnlyFans girl reply to one of my tweets yesterday, and I didn't know what to say, but I still thought it was hilarious. So, like, did you see it? She said something about like trashing and bashing some guy that I like roasted on Twitter.
No, I know him.
Like,
I know Will.
Respond to that.
I don't really know. I don't know what he wanted you to say.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so that's about it. That's my last closing remarks. Oh, Nevada has 30 racks of beer. I've never seen that in my entire life. Like,
dude,
no southern state, I swear to God, like no southern state has a 30 rack of beer.
Come on, man. Wisconsin, man. I live in Wisconsin, bro.
Yeah, but like it snows there, so like you guys can't go to the store half the time in the winter anyway. So.
Fucking dick.
Yeah, dude, it was kind of cold here last night. It got to like 60.
Yeah, it's.
But here it's cold, I think. I don't know. But yeah, all right, fellas, thank you for tuning in. We're approaching the hour mark, so we will sign off.
See ya.